Hello and welcome back to Disc Golf Daily, the podcast that tries to catch you up on all things disc golf in about 8 to 10 minutes. I'm Brian Popowolf Frawley, and today we're going to talk about the Tru Bank Des Moines Challenge presented by DGA 2024. It was pretty fun. It was pretty exciting. We had some battles. We had some matching clothes. We had a raccoon. It was pretty good viewing overall, or listening. I was traveling this weekend, so I listened mostly in the car or in my headphones. Great job by Ian, Zoe, and Philo, I thought. Brian on the ground. And we had a great call by one of the fine members of that team. Ian called out a foot fault, not being egregious or not being rude to the player or anything. I thought it was just good for the overall broadcast. I think it's good conversation when people talk about the rules. And when we see rules, talk about rules violations. So good job. Good job on you. So anyways, to the action. I know you're excited to talk about that. I just like rules. That's what you get when you have a TD talking here. Anyways, going into the final day in FPO, we had Owen Skaggs, Natalie Ryan, and Holland Hanley going 1, 2, 3, but also tied in 3 was the DGA-sponsored young up-and-comer Eliezer Middleton, and she is only 16 years old, and that blows my mind. Congrats to her just doing this much. I think that's super cool, shows the if you will, calm and poise for a young person. On your chase card, we had some names like Emily Weatherman, another young rookie, just turned 18 years old, Haley King, Missy Gannon, and Kat Murch, some big names on your chase card. Going into the final round, we saw none of those 8 players snag more than 2 birdies through the first 5 holes, which was pretty interesting. The day prior, most of them snagged at least 2, if not 3, and really that was a little bit of foreshadowing. No one got really, really hot. No one was jumping around too much, especially on the front card. Our first bogey came from Owen on hole 10. It's a longer par 5. It's the only par 5 on the course, if you will, and she took a bogey on that lead card. Following hole, Eliezer took a double bogey, and then on 13 and 14, Natalie Ryan took a bogey, and Owen Skaggs also took bogey on 13 and 14. Holland, unfortunately, went birdie, birdie, bogey, birdie through that stretch of 10 through 13, and then went 4 straight pars. However, Emily Weatherman, who didn't notch a single bogey in the final round, and shot a end of a hot round from DGN, if you will, -8, and snagged her first victory on the Disc Golf Pro Tour, and the first chase card victory, I believe, since 2017, they said, on the broadcast. Eliezer and Natalie Ryan took 2nd place. Owen Skaggs takes 4th. Holland takes 5th. And Missy takes 6th. We're going to come back to that in a moment. Remember that order, friends. With the good, there is the bad. We saw some players with a pretty high rating not score well this weekend and miss cash. It looks like Alexis Monahandu, Holly Finley, and Paige Shue on the MPOs, or on the FPO side. On the MPO side, I believe it was Ezra Robinson, Cole Rodalin, and Jeremy Colin. But to be honest, my little screen just got messed up on that, so I hope I'm not wrong, and we're just going to move on. Speaking of moving on, let's move on to the MPO side, where we saw some friends wear the same shirt this weekend during round 2, and that just filled my heart with joy. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. It's pretty fun and pretty exciting. Going into the final round, we had Adam Hammes, Anthony Barella, and Matt Oram going 1, 2, and 2. Speaking of 2, Adam had a 2-stroke lead on Anthony and Matt Oram. It's weird to say Matt Oram. It's Matteo. Evan Smith was your person that rounded out the lead card. He is a young comer with Kevin Kiefer, also tied for 4th, but Evan shot the hotter round in round 2. So moving in to that final round, we saw Gannon Burr from the chase card birdieing 5 of the first 5 holes for him. Jake Hebenheimer birdieing 6 of the first 7 holes for him. Anthony Barella going 7 for 7. Matteo had a slower front with only 3 birdies, and Adam Hammes had a clean 6 down through the front 9. That being said, back 9, a little bit different for everyone. Gannon Burr goes 10 through 16 birdies, and then finds the unfortunate double bogey on 17. Matty O gets couple birdies to start, but then finishes with 4 birdies, which was pretty good. Adam Hammes unfortunately finds a few bogeys on 16 and 17. And Anthony Barella finds 5 birdies, 10 through 15, and ends up having a 3-stroke lead going in to 16, and just needs to par out, finds himself with a bogey on 17, but Anthony Barella, wins the Tru Bank Des Moines Challenge, and it snags his 4th win of the year, and that was an important note as well, because we're going to talk about Disc Golf Pro Tour standings in a moment. But, yep, we're going to do that right now. See, we record this live, sometimes it's not great. What are you going to do? On the FPO side, we had Evelina, and then Owen, and then Holland, and then Missy, all within 10 points, moving into today with Evelina over in Europe. Congrats to her for winning the Finnish National Disc Golf Championships. And she also should shout out that Teemu Tukulin beat Nikolas Anttila in a 2-hole playoff, so congrats to them as well. But back here in the States, Evelina did not play a Disc Golf Pro Tour event. Owen, Holland, and Missy did, which means we have a little bit of movement. Evelina's going to move down to 4th. Owen, Holland, and Missy finish in that order, so they will be in 1, 2, and 3, I believe, if my math is correct. And then, speaking of being math is correct, on the MPO side, Gannon's got a big lead over Ricky, and Ricky's just a little bit over Nikolas, but Ricky and Nikolas are in Europe, and they're not playing this weekend. Gannon was, Anthony was, and Calvin, who rounds out your top 5, was as well. And because of Anthony's win, he's going to jump Nikolas and get within a handful of points of Ricky for 2nd place. So that's going to go Gannon, Ricky, Anthony, Nikolas, and then Calvin now for your top 5. Overall, for the Bohr score, I just want to say, hey, 17 and 18 might be my favorite 2 finishing holes not named Toboggan in the sport. Man, I don't know why. Maybe that's a hot take. For an event that's only been on the tour officially for 4 years, it just brings a ton of excitement when I'm watching this event. I think it's a great final 2 holes. We saw craziness every round on coverage, so shout out to the players that helped design that. I know they said Gannon Burr had a little bit of help this year with the design, and then originally, I believe, if I heard right, Juliana Corver, who won this event 5 times, helped design this course as well. So, yeah, congrats to those winners. Congrats to a great weekend of disc golf. Again, I think it was a wonderful viewing. We head to Europe next week, probably next year as well, but next week. Remember, if you have any comments, hit us up at discgolfdaily@aol.com. We also have an Instagram, an X, and a Facebook. Remember to find us on YouTube now as well. Until next time, keep it in the fairway.
Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. It really does help us grow.